I know you all have been really busy with tax returns, so I thank you so much for joining me and spending a few minutes just for me to walk you through our website and registration process. Um, so again, thank you for joining me. Here are our webinar guidelines for today. When I ask a question, please use the chat box to respond. You should see a black strip either at the top of your screen or the bottom of your screen. And on that black strip, you should see a button that says chat. If you click on that, it'll pop up a window, and that's how you can type in your answers to my questions. You should also see on that black strip something that says Q&A. That is where you can ask me a question. So as we go through, if you think of something, please put it in the Q&A section so that I can make sure to answer your questions. And then finally, we are recording this session for today. So please, I will send out that link. So please make sure to share it with colleagues, or you can also go back and watch it again if you missed something as I was going through it today. Our learning objectives for today is to use the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Tax Workshops website to learn about the workshop information, and then to use that as a way to register. We're going to navigate through the AgriLife Register portal to register for workshops. So here is our website. If you notice, it's kind of a long website. It's ag for agriculture, eco for economics, ext for extension. So agecoextension.tamu.edu tax workshop. If you look at any of the emails that we've been sending out, I always include our website at the bottom of the email. So anytime you need to visit the website, you can always refer back to an email, but I strongly recommend that you bookmark the website so that you have easy access to it. When you go to our website, you'll notice that we have tabs across the top, and that tells you about our program, our team. It has biographies for all of our team members. The workshops tabs will tell you about our workshops. We have our policies tab to tell you about our workshop policies. We have a resources tab where I keep links for all of our extra information that might be helpful, testimonials, and then of course our contact information. And then if you notice here on this website, a screenshot that I have, we have these same buttons on whatever page that you're on. One says workshop information, one says register now, one says resources, and then we have a link to our YouTube channel at the very bottom. So you can use our website to get lots of information, not just about workshops, but other things about our program. So when you want to look about our workshops, you can either click on the IRS logo right there where it says workshop information, or you can click on the workshops tab. You'll notice here at the top of my screen that it says workshops. If you click on the workshops tab, it'll take you to our workshops page. And that's exactly what we're looking at now is the workshops page. Here it lists all 3 workshops that we offer. We have the general income tax workshop, the agricultural tax issues workshop, and then advanced income tax workshop. So if you navigate either by clicking on this tab or by clicking workshop information, you'll come to this page and you'll be able to start reading about our workshops. So once you're on that page, you click on the title. So from here, I clicked on the title, General Income Tax Workshop. Notice that the arrow is now pointing down, and it'll give you all the information here that you need to know. The course description, the continuing education hours, the fee, the location, everything will be listed here. Once you click on the workshop title, you'll be able to see if this workshop is a good fit for you. So when you're ready to register, you've looked at your general income tax description or the agriculture or the advanced, you know which workshops you want to register for. Then you can click right here where it says register now. This is your link for you to be able to register. So you'll click on that link, and when you do so, it'll take you right here to our tax workshops AgriLife register page. You'll notice that on this page, we have the advanced income tax workshop, the general income tax workshop, and the agricultural tax issues workshop. So these pictures match what you saw on this previous page that tell you about the workshop. So I tried to make it easy for you to find what you need, but also here you have the titles: advanced income tax, general income tax, agricultural tax, all here. Now, notice that you'll have to register for each workshop individually. It's not like when you go to Amazon and you can put everything in your cart. You'll have to come back to this page every time you want to register for a new class. So just keep that in mind, and we'll go through that process so that you can see it. So if you were on here and then you clicked on General Income Tax Workshop, you click register, it will take you to a page that looks just like this. This says General Income Tax Workshop, and it'll have it says event dates, times, because there's multiple dates and time and locations. And so everything will be listed on the same page. So it tells you about the workshop, the continuing education hours, and then it also talks about the workshop registration fees. So what you'll do is you'll come down and you'll put your email address, and then you'll acknowledge that you've read the policies. If you hadn't had a chance to read the policies, you can click right here where it says tax workshop policies, and it'll take you back to our website. So I recommend that you look at the workshop policies page before you get ready to register. If you need to go back and look at any of the workshops, you can also click here where it says AgriLife Tax Workshops webpage. So this is all on the same website page. You just keep scrolling down. So I went ahead and screenshotted it, but you'll notice here at the top, this is an in-person. We listed all of the in-persons. So for general, you see this in-person is Dallas. We have College Station. We have San Antonio. We have El Paso. Then down here where it says virtual, these are your webinars, okay? So if you want to join for a webinar, go past the in-person, and then towards the bottom, that's where you can find your webinars. So you'll check in-person or webinar. You'll click this button, whatever selection that you have, and then at the very bottom of the page, it'll say continue. So I didn't get all of that on one page, but it'll have a continue button and you'll be able to go on to the next screen. So on the next screen, it'll ask you, do you want to register with the 2025 Checkpoint Federal Tax Handbook? Or do you want to register without the 2025 Checkpoint Federal Tax Handbook? This is the handbook that you've seen before. If you've registered in the past, it would say Checkpoint RIA Federal Tax Handbook. That's this one that you would be ordering. Please keep in mind, if you are registering for both general and advanced, it's going to ask you the same question both times. And most of you won't want to register with a book both times because this is an optional book. It's not required for the workshop. But if you do register for it with general, then make sure to register without it for your advanced workshop. So when you come to this next screen, it'll have where you put your name. Notice it says participant's email address. Sometimes there might be more than one employee at your business that is registering for this workshop. It's very important that every participant put their own email address in, because your confirmations and your certificates are mailed to this individual email address. So make sure that when you register that you use your own address, and if it's different than what you've used in the past, make sure to put that as well. And then it'll ask for your mailing address. If you are registering for a webinar, your materials will be mailed to you. So make sure that wherever you want your materials mailed, that this is the mailing address that you put in. And then it'll ask you some other information. One of the questions here is going to be profession. So you'll put in your profession, and then it's also going to ask if you need continuing education hours reported. If you do, it's going to ask you, what is your PTIN number? Or what is your state bar ID number? Remember, we report to the IRS, the State Board of Public Accountancy for Texas, the State Bar of Texas, and Certified Financial Planner the board. So if any of those entities are where you report continuing education, make sure that you have your ID numbers ready when you register, because it's going to ask you to input that as part of your registration. Once you filled out this information, there'll be a continue button at the bottom and you'll just click continue. And then you'll want to verify. It'll have a verification page. So just make sure that everything that you entered is correct. Check your email, your phone number, your address, everything. Verify that you have the correct workshop. And this is your last opportunity to check it before you have to go through the pay screen. So make sure to verify your information. Then you'll scroll and it'll ask you for your credit card and the month and the year, your card security code, and then it'll ask you for your billing address. So you'll make sure to fill all of that in. So just a reminder, as per our policies, that once we've mailed out your materials, that we do not provide refunds. I'm happy to transfer you to another workshop so that you can still get your continuing education credit. But our policy is that once you've received the materials, that there's no refunds. So, but you must contact me to request a refund or transfer of registration. So make sure again to look at those policies before you register for your workshop. Once you've entered in your information here, you're going to make your payment. Then you will say, thank you for registering for this workshop, and this verifies your registration. If even here you see something that was not correct, you can still click modify registration and make adjustments. I recommend that you print this record. It will be emailed to you, but it's always good to have a paper copy. So I recommend printing the record because it'll have all your information here. Please note that webinar books will not be mailed until mid-October, because they won't even be shipped to me until then. Now, once you're on this page and let's suppose you just registered for general income tax workshop, and now you're ready to register for the advanced income tax workshop. Here at the top of the page, it says, click here to register for another tax workshop. Right here at the top of the page is where you can click, and it'll take you here back to where you started. And then you could click on Advanced Income Tax Workshop. You click the register button and it'll take you through those screens again to register for the Advanced Tax Workshop. You will receive an email confirmation, and my experience is that you receive it the same day you registered. So if you do not receive a confirmation once you've gone through the process, please email me and let me know. This is what your email confirmation will look like. It will come from AgriLife Communication at ag.tamu.edu. So make sure to put that in your contacts so that it doesn't go to your spam. That's where your receipt will come from. And it will have your workshop information, the dates and times, and then also if you're going in person, it's going to have a hotel listed as an option for you. I did in all of our in-person locations, I did book rooms at a hotel at a discounted rate to make it a little easier for you to stay at that location. So from here on your confirmation, once you've paid for your registration, you'll be able to click the link provided and make a reservation at a local hotel. And notice that it does have a deadline date. So make sure that if you want to stay in a hotel, that you book it as soon as possible, because the deadline for the bookings for most of the hotels are 30 days in advance of the workshop. So just keep that in mind. If you need to go back to your registration record at any time, you can go to this confirmation email, and at the very bottom, it has a button that says registration record, and you'll be able to go back to your registration at any time. So let me just recap a few things. If you have questions about the workshops, what content it has, the presenters, or any of the things about the event itself, I am your contact person. Now, if you have trouble, once you get in there and you're having trouble registering, they do have support for when the actual registration process. You can either call the number or you can send an email. This information is on every page of AgriLife Register, so you'll be able to find this information on that registration page. You can make a note of it now if you prefer, but it will be on that website. So again, event questions are directed to me. Technical questions with the actual registration website will be directed to 979-803-1372 or by emailing agriliferegister@ag.tamu.edu. So that is a quick overview of the registration process. I'm going to wait a minute and see. I don't see any questions that have been posted. So if you have a question, please put it in the Q&A section. Again, there's a black bar across either the top of your screen or the bottom of your screen. And there is a button that says Q&A, and you should be able to click in it and ask a question. I'll wait a moment to see if anyone has any questions about either our website, the events themselves, or the registration process. If you go through the process and you need some help, please feel free to call me or email me. I'm always available. And like I said, there are technical people available to help you through. I know that this is a new process this year. And so that's why we have this video. Again, the video, I will send out a link to your email if you need to watch it again. And I will post it on YouTube channel so you can play it from there as well. And so it might help if you need to actually play it as you go through that registration process. You're welcome to do that. This gives you a broad overview. And then, like I said, we're here to support you. We're here to help. And you can watch the video and keep pausing it as you need to help you through the registration process. I don't see any questions right now in the question and answer box or any other comments. So I want to thank you, Cheryl and Jenny and Jimmy and Laverne and Linda, two Lindas, Marianne and Richard. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that you took time out of your busy schedules. And seeing no other questions at this time, this will conclude our presentation. Thank you so much. You all have a good day.